Okay, Stephen, here is your shout out. I am going to talk all about how good you are when you do math because you're a star in this class. Well, I had to rhyme math.
End off with a list.
Yeah, I know I could have. But I could also pretend I have a lisp.
Yeah, look.
Like you just got the list?
A list meaning that you can't pronounce stuff, right?
All right.
Like you know how to
Guys.
say it, but you can't pronounce
Guys, if you are going to draw a line on a graph, you must have dots, points to connect, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? And every point on this graph has an X and a Y, doesn't it? Right? So, if there's a dot that's on a line, it's going to have an X and a Y, right? So, everybody put a dot up here just above the H of graph B. Put a dot right there and tell me the coordinates of that dot.
Up 3 over 3. To the right.
That's not a coordinate. Yes, you do.
Was like close.
What are the You've got the right numbers, but up 3 over 3 is not anything. 3, 3. Agreed? Now,
That makes sense.
that first 3 is what? An X or a Y?
Why?
An X. And the second 3 is a Y, correct?
Yes,
Does everybody agree? Okay, now,
my binder exploded.
I'm still talking. Go straight down from there until you hit the other line. Put a dot there and tell me that coordinate.
-3.
No.
Wait.
Closer. 3. -3. And the first 3 is what? And the second 3 is what? Y.
X and Y.
I'm just going to wait until Jamin finishes texting. It's a long walk up here to bring me your phone. It's a long walk up here to bring me your phone. You may have it at the end of the day. When I see it tomorrow, which I will, you may have it back Monday. Is that clear? I don't care if you don't want to work here, Jamin. I couldn't care less. But you are not going to sit there and disrespect me that way. Got it? This is when you say yes or no. Good. Now feel free to put your head down on your desk and do nothing. Now, as I was saying before we were interrupted, I have X's and Y's on the graphs, don't I? What do I have right there?
Y equals X.
I have X's and Y's, don't I?
Yes.
What do I have right there?
A positive Y and a
I have X's and Y's, don't I? What does that mean I can do with that X and Y? Where can I put that X and Y? Anywhere I see an X and a Y, right? Now, I see X's and Y's twice, don't I? So how many X's and Y's do I have to check?
2.
2 of them, right? So take that 3 and 3, and put them into both of these.
Alternate. So rewrite it.
Go for Myers.
Certainly. Okay. Mr. Fleming, you are off to the office. So, you guys all did this. What goes in here from graph B?
Y.
What goes in for Y?
Y.
3.
Yeah. 3.
What goes in for X?
3.
3. We're doing graph B, right? Does 3 equal 3? It's not a trick question. Does 3 equal 3? Yes. Okay?
Wait, what
Now,
do you need to-
in graph A, put graph A into the same equation.
3 equals -3.
Does 3, negative 3, equal 3?
No.
No.
You need to add.
So right away, stop. That tells us that graph A cannot have this equation. Do you understand? So now let's check graph. Let's check the blue one. This was all yellow. Let's check the blue one. So graph B. Now you guys are smart. You know that graph B goes with the yellow equation, right?
Yes.
Now let's check. Graph B. Y equals negative x. So what goes in for y? 3 equals negative. What goes in for x? 3. Is that right?
No.
No. So on the blue equation, graph B does not work, does it?
No, because it ends in -3.
Exactly.
3 in front of it.
But graph A does work, right? Negative 3 equals negative x. Does negative 3 equal negative 3? Yes. So that means that graph B works with this equation. What does that tell you about every line on a graph?
It has to equal something that is the same.
It has an equation, an equal, right? Does every line have the same equation?
No.
No. What's the only thing that's the same about every single line?
They all have 3. No.
No.
They're straight.
What's the same about both of these guys? They've got what? Y's and X's. Is everybody good? Now, if your X and Y works in the equation, will it be on the line?
Yes.
Will it? You say yes. Can we prove it? How would we prove it, Dale?
By following the directions of what we got.
Let's try it. Is that dot that I just made on the red line?
Yes.
Right? So if it's on the red line, it should work with the yellow equation, shouldn't it?
Oh, then no.
Shouldn't it? Well, let's check. What is the coordinates of that line, that dot?
1, 1.
1, 1. So let's come over to here. What's y? 1. What's x? 1. Does 1 equal 1? Yes. Everybody understand?
So it's right.
So if it's on the line, it will work in the equation. Is the reverse true? If it works in the equation, will it work on the line?
Yeah.
Well, let's try one. Give me any number.
2 and 2.
2 and 2. Okay. Does 2 equal 2? Well, let's check. There's 2, 2. Is it on the line? Easy peasy, right?
40.
What if I had 10,000 and 10,000? Would that line hit it?
Yes, because of the same.
Yes, it would, because they equal each other. So, let's see if you can really do this with a slightly more difficult one. Here I have one line, correct? What is that line made up of? Kian will tell us. You've already given this answer today, Kian. It was the last answer you gave us. What is every line made of? Y's and X's. So, choose some points. Who chooses the points? You do. But because this is notes, I'm helping you out. We're going to use X, 0, 1, and 2. Right? So, X is 0.
Yeah.
What letter is that? It's an X, so what do I put there? 0. So this is going to be 0 plus 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the answer going to be? 2. Everyone agree? Okay, so now
And it's on
I need an x and a y. What's the x value here?
1. Yeah.
0. And what's the y value? 2. Everybody get it? Okay, what's this one going to be? 1 plus 2, which is 3. And what's the point on the graph going to be? 1, 1, 3. What's this one going to be? Plus equals. What's the point on the graph going to be? 2, 4. Everybody got it? Now do the same thing with this chart. Zero minus 2 is what? Negative 2. What's the point on the graph? 0, negative 2. What's this one going to be? Minus 2 is negative 1. What's the point going to be? Excellent. What's this one going to be? And what's the point going to be? 2, 0. Everyone agree? So now I got some points, yeah? One of those sets of points is on this line. Which is it?
1 minus 1.
So let's check. What's that guy's point? Coordinates, I should say. What's that guy? 2, 0, right? What's that guy? 1, negative 1, because I do my x's first. What's that guy?
That would be 0 and 3.
0, negative 2.
Yeah.
So which one of these has those points?
1 and 2.
Is it the yellow equation or the blue equation? It's the blue equation, right? So what does that tell us? That tells us this graph has the equation y equals x minus 2. Everybody understand? Everybody got it? So now, no matter what x I choose, I'll be able to draw this line, won't I?
Yes, because you know that 1.
Because I know that whatever x I choose, if I subtract 2 from it, I get my y, right? So I'm going to mess with you guys a little. I'm going to tell you that x equals 1/2.
You would go down 1 and then half 1.
So what goes in for x?
1/2.
What's 1/2 minus 2? If I have 50 cents and I take away $2, what do I got?
You have negative 1.5.
Negative 1.5. So let's check. When x is 1/2, that's right there, yes?
Yes.
I go down. Oh, look!
It's on the yard.
It's on the line at negative 1.5. Now, it's really easy with lines, isn't it?
Yes, but with the weird curvy one.
Do you think the rules still apply to the weird curvy ones?
I want to say yes.
Yeah, because it's a math rule. So even though you guys don't know how to draw this on a graph yet, is it on a graph?
Yeah.
So what's it made of? What's x's and y's? So somehow that curve has x's and y's, doesn't it?
Yes.
Something is happening to the x's, something is happening to the y's. And that's going to give you an equation that you can then use. Does everybody understand? Okay. I'm going to stop there because that took a little longer than I wanted it to take. And the bell is about to ring. You have no homework tonight. We're going to finish this tomorrow. See you, Mr. Jackson.
Do you like check the?
Why don't you give your dad your Check My Mark password?
I'm pretty sure he has used it how to use it.
All right.
Teach us.
I'll teach him how to use it when I get home.
Every kid's fear.
Yeah,
Teach
I'll
it.
get my password.
I don't know how to.